Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Cheyenne Sharp, and today is Friday, October 11th. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on Cullman County Schools' contributions to Hurricane Helene relief, Fairview's newly proposed community park, and the abundance of books at Guy Hunt Library's Little Free Library. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Cullman Police Department will be participating in the DEA Drug Take-Back Initiative on October 26, 2024. You can bring all of your unused or unwanted prescription drugs to the police department on that day from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. for safe disposal. The Cullman Police Department is located at 601 2nd Avenue Northeast, Cullman 35055. Next up, Cullman County Schools is supporting hurricane relief efforts by providing an opportunity for you to donate items at your local school that will be taken by local churches to the disaster zone in North Carolina. Dr. Shane Barnett, Cullman County School Superintendent, said, "I think that this is a good opportunity for us to model servanthood for our children. If you would like to donate items, please send them to your local school. The central office will gather items from each school and deliver to the churches for transport to North Carolina." To finish out our top stories, at the Monday, October 7th meeting of the Fairview Town Council, the main topic of discussion was the progress on the newly proposed park. Mayor Keith Henry said he would travel to Montgomery on October 17th to discuss additional funding for the project. Over the summer, the council briefly touched on its vision for the new park. It hopes to include both competitive and recreational elements that would serve all age groups. These elements could potentially include a splash pad, new ball fields, a pickleball court, walking trails, and more. The location of the new park has not yet been decided, but the town is working with CDG Engineering for park planning services. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, let's lead things off with a look at how several former Alabama and Auburn standouts are performing in the pros. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 19 times for 73 yards and accounted for his first touchdown as a member of the Packers organization in Green Bay's 24-19 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. Derrick Henry continued his dominant play, helping the Baltimore Ravens to a 41-38 overtime victory against the Cincinnati Bengals. Henry rushed 15 times for 92 yards and a touchdown, including a 51-yard gain in overtime that set up the eventual game-winning field goal. Najee Harris and Brian Robinson Jr. were also impressive out of the backfield in Week 5. Harris rushed 14 times for 42 yards and added 2 receptions for 35 yards in the Pittsburgh Steelers matchup with Dallas. Robinson Jr. helped the Commanders to a 34-13 win over the Cleveland Browns, totaling 2 scores and 18 rushing yards in the Washington win. In that same game, Amari Cooper led the Cleveland receivers with 4 catches for 60 yards to round out the offensive group. Packers safety Xavier McKinney recorded 2 turnovers, including his league-leading 5th interception, to go with a fumble recovery. He has picked off 1 pass in each of the first 5 games this season, becoming only the 3rd player to accomplish that feat since the AFL-NFL merger in 1970. Broncos corner Pat Surraton had a career day against the Las Vegas Raiders. Surraton had 2 interceptions for a combined 100 return yards, including his first career pick 6, to lead Denver's defense. Pittsburgh safety Minkah Fitzpatrick recorded a season-high 10 tackles and added 1 pass breakup against the Cowboys. Up front, Jonathan Allen and Mack Wilson each contributed in a big way. Allen accumulated 4 total tackles, including a sack, while adding a pair of quarterback hits in Washington's victory. Wilson recorded 6 total tackles, a fumble recovery, 1 interception, and a pass breakup in Arizona's 24-23 road victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Picking up where he left off in Week 4, Tank Bigsby rushed for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns on 13 carries in a hard-fought victory over the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. He also added a 28-yard reception, his first catch of the year. Hall continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfields as he posted another solid stat line Sunday before exiting with a foot injury in the fourth quarter. The second-year linebacker had 6 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. In the NFL's annual trip to London, Jamien Sherwood posted a team-high 12 tackles in a tough loss to the Minnesota Vikings. With a PFF grade of 90.3, Sherwood was the highest-graded Jet and earned a spot on the PFF's Week 5 Team of the Week. Darius Slayton broke out in a big way on Sunday as he reeled in 8 catches on 11 targets for 122 yards and a touchdown to help the Giants earn their second win of the season. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. In a new fun competition pitting educators and their students against each other, teachers took the loss in Fairview High School's first ever Scholars Bowl teacher versus student match. Congratulations to the Fairview High School Scholars Bowl team on a win, and thank you to everybody who participated in the fun morning. The Vinemont Town Council was scheduled to hold its regular monthly meeting on Tuesday, October 8th. However, since there was no quorum, the meeting was rescheduled to Tuesday, October 15th. The council will touch on Vinemont's Chillin' and Grillin' Barbecue Fest, which will be held at the Vinemont Sportsplex on Saturday, October 26th. The event will feature a barbecue grill-off as well as the Battle of the Heroes, set to see which emergency services team can grill the best chicken wings. Vendors, live music, and family-friendly activities will also be on site at the festival for the event's duration. Other upcoming events include the town's monthly senior luncheon, which will be held on Monday, October 21st. The municipality will also hold a community trunk-or-treat event on October 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Vinemont Schools campus. St. Bernard Preparatory School proudly hosted its second annual poster contest for the school year theme, with this year's message coming from Psalms 27:14. Trust the Lord, be brave and strong, and trust the Lord. The theme emphasizes unity and spiritual growth, central to the mission of St. Bernard Prep. Father Linus Klotsteris, the school's chaplain, solicits ideas from students and a staff each year for a theme that reflects a powerful message from Scripture or a saint. The chosen theme serves to inspire and unite the student body around a singular focus for the year. 2 winning posters were selected, one from a middle school team and one from the high school team. The middle school winners were Natalie Chavez, Aslan Florence, and Vivian Gargan, and the winners for the high school contest were Olivia Keller, Sarah Locke, Maria Agnello, and Anastasia Hazard. New books have been added to the Little Free Library located between Holly Pond Town Hall and the Fire Department. The Guy Hunt Library has stocked it with all gently used books for all ages, so be sure to stop by and find your next great read. Whether you're looking for a children's story, a mystery, a bit of romance, there's something for everyone. The library asks that everyone take a book, leave a book, and enjoy. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message.
What's in the magazine? October's peeking in. Oktoberfest in Cullman, let the fun begin. Heroes in our town, business all around. Recipes for sharing, joy everywhere found. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night. Sports spotlight today, kids come out to play. Fields and courts are buzzing in the autumn sway. Germans came to stay, cracks and grooves on display. Cullman's heart is glowing in the polka way. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears, community so bright, polka through the night.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Krista Irene Snyder. Funeral service for Krista Irene Snyder, 39 of Cullman, is Sunday, October 13th at 3 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be held from 1 to 3 p.m. at the chapel. Interment will be at Good Hope Cemetery. Ray Elton Heyman. Funeral service for Ray Elton Heyman Sr., 90 of Vinemont, will be Saturday, October 12th at 11 a.m. at Mount Hope Baptist Church in Crane Hill. Mr. Heyman will lie in state from 10 to 11 a.m. prior to the service, and interment will be held at Livingston Chapel Cemetery in Crane Hill. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families and friends. Now, let's take a look at the weekend forecast. Today's looking sunny with a high near 77. Tonight is set to be clear with a low of around 48. Tomorrow should be sunny with a high near 79. Tomorrow night is looking mostly clear with a low of around 53. Sunday is keeping the trend of beautiful sunny days with a high near 84. And Sunday night will be clear with a low of around 55. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Cheyenne Sharp with Cullman Today, wishing you a safe and happy weekend, Cullman.